When we think of all the schemers, cheaters, and ruthless characters on The Young and the Restless, it's hard to find someone in Genoa City who embodies the true values of Christmas. There is really only one person, and that's Tracy. Unfortunately, we don't get to see very much of Tracy Abbott. She pops in here and there to visit her family, but her lunch with Lily at Society was perfection. Tracy and Lily share a close bond because Lily was friends with Tracy's late daughter, Colleen, when they were teenagers. In the course of their lunch, Tracy and Lily shared their memories of Colleen, and they touched on a variety of other subjects as well. Tracy tried to help Lily sort through her feelings regarding Kane. The two friends talked about love, friendship, heartbreak, forgiveness, and Tracy's novelist career. With all the emotional turmoil Lily's been feeling regarding Kane, Tracy seems to have a calming influence over her. It was good to see these close friends reconnect. Tracy advised Lily that forgiveness does no good if it comes too late. That's an important Christmas message to reflect on. Tracy is always kind and fair-minded to everyone around her. She realizes that time is precious and that carrying grudges for too long only ends up causing more hurt. Even though Ashley has had past issues with Diane, Tracy welcomed Diane into the Abbott family and accepted her as her sister-in-law. Tracy told Diane that the Abbotts are lucky to have her as part of their family. She admires that Diane is a fighter who is pulling out all the stops to save the Abbotts' family company, Jabot, from Victor. Diane hasn't always felt accepted as an Abbott, which was why she had the Abbott mansion refreshed so that it could reflect a part of her and a part of the Abbotts. When Tracy embraced her on Tuesday's episode of The Young and the Restless, that close moment taught us something about the true meaning of Christmas and what this holiday symbolizes: family, acceptance, goodwill, peace, and forgiveness. Tracy just makes everyone and everything around her better. Earlier this year, we even had a surprisingly close moment between Tracy and Phyllis, who rarely share scenes together. They commiserated over the pain that Martin Laurent caused them, and that conversation made them stronger. Like Diane, Phyllis doesn't have a stellar reputation in GC, but Tracy never judges her harshly. She even came to her defense at Christine's bachelorette party after Phyllis crashed the celebration. Tracy reminded the other ladies there that Phyllis went through a traumatic experience, calling upon them to show some compassion and empathy. Tracy is all about harmony and family love. She is never conniving, spiteful, or selfish. She is always truthful and open-minded, and her Abbott family appreciates and loves her for those qualities. She is often shown as the family peacemaker whenever the Abbotts have a hard time settling disputes amongst each other. Tracy just wants to live her best life and not dwell on past hurts that others inflicted on her. When Lauren apologized to her years ago for the nasty way she used to treat her, Tracy accepted the apology and embraced her. She doesn't carry grudges, but instead forgives and moves on with her life. She revels in the joy that her writing career gives her, and she always loves and supports her family, no matter what. Tracy embodies the true meaning of Christmas. She is kind, caring, respectful, joyful, loving, selfless, and values the importance of family. That's why she has earned the right to be called the heart and soul of Christmas on The Young and the Restless. Hello, everyone! Welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless is airing a classic episode from the past tomorrow. But stars from the show, including Eric Braeden, who plays Victor, have a very special message for viewers in light of the holiday season. It's time to spread some holiday cheer, began Melody Thomas Scott, who plays Nikki Reed Newman on the top-rated CBS soap opera. Here's to a season filled with love, Peter Bergman, who plays Jack Abbott, continued. Picking right up on her TV husband's sentiment, Susan Walters kept it going by adding light and laughter. And time to celebrate, Haley Aaron said, with a warm holiday smile. With old friends, chimed in Michael Mealer. Relative newcomer Nathan Owens added with a smile. And maybe some new ones, too. We're sending you warm wishes, shared Amelia Heinle. Her TV brother, Joshua Morrow, continued. And lots of holiday joy. May your holidays be merry and bright, said in unison Jason Thompson and Courtney Hope. Added Crystal Khalil and Billy Flynn. Thank you for welcoming us into your homes. Michael Graziade gratefully acknowledged. Your support is the greatest gift of all. And his TV mom, Michelle Stafford, added, and we thank you so very much. Everyone at The Young and the Restless wishes all the best this holiday season, concluded Braeden. One poster, at Uger Dennis Sarup, wrote, Victor Newman is my favorite. He is very noble, very charismatic, with his tone of voice, look, posture, and acting. I love you and respect you, Mr. Braeden. Merry Christmas. The Instagram account belonging to Michael Damian Worldwide fan page posted, Happy holidays to all of the fine actors on the show. I have been watching almost since day one. Thank you for all the years of love, laughter, and sometimes tears. You are all amazing. No, Redding Munsell, who plays Harrison on Y&R, posted, Happy holidays. While there won't be a new episode of Y&R tomorrow on Christmas Day, there will be a rebroadcast of a holiday classic episode from 2010. Watch for Victor to be visited by ghosts of Christmas past that include spirits in the forms of his late wives, Hope Adams Newman and Sabrina Castellana Newman. The Young and the Restless, spoilers for Friday, December 26th, reveal that Michael Baldwin will deal with some backstabber temptation while Billy Abbott and Jack Abbott score intel. Before we dive in, we should mention that Y&R will air a holiday throwback episode on Thursday, December 25th. In this repeat from 2010, Victor Newman has a rather haunted Christmas since some ghosts from his past come back into play. After this little break from the regular action, the show will return with a brand new episode on Friday, December 26th. That's when Chelsea Lawson will back Adam Newman into a difficult corner. Chelsea already hinted about being ready to leave Newman Media and obviously wants Adam to go with her. Regardless, it seems like Chelsea has reached her limit when it comes to Victor's destruction and loyalty demands. Chelsea may make it clear to Adam that unless he starts standing up to Victor, she's indeed walking away from the company. Whether Adam joins Chelsea or not, she'll stand her ground on an ultimatum soon enough. At some point, Adam will also have a tense encounter with Sally Spectra, which could be how she'll score some intel that she'll pass along to Billy and Jack later. Will Sally get updates on the Newman Media upheaval, or could she discover something else that might give the Abbotts the upper hand? At Crimson Lights, Michael will share some tough news with Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, who'll talk him through his options. Now that Diane Jenkins Abbott is pushing Michael for help, he'll seriously consider double-crossing Victor for the greater good. Michael doesn't approve of Victor using the AI program against Jabot, so part of him will want to pitch in on the fight against Victor. Another part of Michael will know he might destroy his relationship with Victor permanently if he sides with the Abbott clan. Lauren will acknowledge the mess that Michael's stuck in and wonder about which outcome he can handle. Michael will have to mull over whether he's going to let the AI program destroy people he cares about or risk Victor's fury to stop him. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Lauren will lend a sympathetic ear and offer some advice, so stay tuned. A Newman family Christmas isn't for the weak-hearted, and even those on the guest list have to jump through personal and professional hoops to stay on Victor's good side. Victor and Victor alone decide who gets an invite to his table, and several factors could leave someone off the guest list. Whether it's a Genoa city legacy family that he holds a grudge against, or a conscious decision to avoid a chaotic wildcard, Victor chooses carefully who enters his orbit. With business tensions running high and dangerous threats lurking nearby, there's a short list of names that would never make the cut at a Newman Christmas dinner. Jack is Victor's oldest and most personal rival, and he has shown no signs of letting go of his vendetta. After breaking their truce last year, he's been laser-focused on destroying Jack and his family's company, and with possession of the AI program, he's closer than ever. Victor equates Jack to nearly losing his beloved Nikki, and he won't rest until he brings the Jabot CEO to his knees. Jack would not only never make the guest list, Victor would go out of his way to ensure that Jack's holiday with his own family was ruined as well. Phyllis attempted to broker a deal with Victor when she handed over the AI program. The rules were simple. She gave him the software, and he gave her the ability to take over Jabot. However, Victor instead ran a Newman Media hit piece about Jabot that severely damaged their public reputation, leaving Phyllis with nothing to hold on to. She's determined to get revenge for Victor's double cross, and considering that he refuses to return any of her calls, there's no chance she'd be offered a plate at the Newman family Christmas. From the moment Cain lured Genoa City's best and brightest to France to reveal himself as Aristotle Dumas, he made an enemy out of Victor Newman. Not only was Victor's son, Nick, injured there, but Cain set his sights on the companies owned by Newman. The moment Victor gained possession of Cain's AI software, he flipped the script and used the program against him, decimating Arabcus. Victor doesn't typically stop until his enemies have nothing left to their name, and that includes a home-cooked holiday meal. No invite for the disgraced billionaire. Matt Clark is a madman with the sole mission in life to ruin Nick and Sharon's existence. He has already tried to kill Noah, played mind games with Nick and Sharon, and most likely has Sienna hidden somewhere. Matt is a dangerous and deadly threat, and Victor's already taken a massive swing at him by using the AI program to seize all of his assets and destroy the Shadow Room. The only way Matt would ever be asked to the ranch for Newman's Christmas dinner is so Victor's security team could apprehend him and send him straight to prison. Billy Abbott is the only individual on the list who could, potentially, squeeze a pity invite to a Newman holiday meal. He shares children with Victoria, and she has been known to advocate for her ex-husband against her father. Although Nick and Phyllis also share a child, Phyllis has gotten under Victor's skin more recently than Jack's little brother. However, Victor has made several attempts in recent months to pull the rug out from under Billy and ruin his attempt to launch Abbott Communications. The failure to do so would undoubtedly be enough to decline Victoria's urging to let him come to dinner. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of December 29th, January 2nd reveal that Matt Clark, aka Mitch Bacall, will play dirty after Nick Newman's plan goes wrong. We should also discuss the New Year's Day schedule, so let's dive in. First, the Abbotts will have another strategy session as they prepare for their next move against Victor Newman. Jack Abbott and Billy Abbott will do some scheming after receiving some info from Sally Spectra. As for Diane Jenkins Abbott, she'll hold out hope that Michael Baldwin will come through for the Abbott clan. Will Michael really be willing to betray Victor and help get the AI program proof that Diane's asked for? Adam Newman will have to make a decision of his own regarding his future at Newman Media, especially after Chelsea Lawson puts her foot down regarding Victor's dirty tactics. Speaking of dirty tactics, Matt will certainly use some of those in his fight against the Newmans. Nick thinks he can control the situation by offering Matt a deal, so he'll spell out his terms and try to set a trap. Of course, Matt isn't a fool and will inevitably cause more drama as a result. Nick could fall into a trap instead if he isn't careful, so Sharon Newman will definitely worry about what's in store. Noah Newman will continue to worry about Sienna Bacall since she's stuck in Matt and Annie Stewart's clutches. Sienna will remain in grave danger throughout this Matt mess, but Noah will do whatever it takes to save her. Matt will go after even more Newmans as this storyline moves along, so that could put Nikki Newman, Claire Newman, and other family members at risk too. As for the New Year's Day schedule, Y&R will air a classic 1998 episode on Thursday, January 1st, so tune in if you want to watch Katherine Chancellor and Jill Abbott in one of their old sparring matches. The Young and the Restless spoilers say the week of December 29th, January 2nd will bring some conflict and chaos, so stick with us for all the jaw-dropping news to come. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that we've got a New Year's Eve preview to pass along. The show's gearing up for some daring moves, tricky exes, and messy emotions, so here's what Y&R fans can look forward to. As 2025 winds down in Genoa City, there'll be some big plans. One GC resident in particular will hope to end the year with a bang, so let's address what Cain Ashby will soon have in the works. On Wednesday, December 31st, Cain will decide to pull out all the stops for Lily Winter's sake. This will serve as an opportunity for Cain to sweep Lily off her feet with a grand gesture. At least, that's what Cain will hope. However, there could be a problem since Lily witnessed Phyllis Summers kissing Cain again recently. Lily thought Cain was finally moving on from Phyllis the night of the launch party, but he just gave her good reasons to doubt that. Cain is also entertaining the idea of a renewed alliance with Phyllis, so that could turn into another strike against him. Regardless, Kane may not get the desired outcome when it comes to his New Year's Eve goals. Lily could easily reject Kane instead, and potentially opt to visit the twins elsewhere if she can't be around him right now. New Year's Eve will also bring some complex feelings for Tessa Porter when it comes to Daniel Romalotti Jr. There's a good chance the midnight countdown will lead to a kiss, or perhaps some passion in the bedroom. Although Tessa still loves Mariah Copeland, she can't live her life stuck in limbo forever. Tessa is on an emotional roller coaster since she's struggling to let go of Mariah while simultaneously falling hard for Daniel. Nevertheless, part of Tessa may learn to enjoy the ride as she grows closer to him during all the New Year's Eve festivities. The December 31st episode will force Tessa to confront her feelings and figure out where to go from here. In the meantime, Adam Newman and Sally Spectra will wind up discussing their history. Sally and Adam faced their fair share of highs and lows as a couple, so they'll reflect on some memories during an upcoming encounter. The loss of baby Ava, as well as Adam's cheating, will likely become topics of conversation as Adam and Sally think back. Of course, Adam has moved on with Chelsea Lawson, and Sally has moved on with Billy Abbott. So Sally and Adam may agree things worked out in the end, even if the journey was painful. The Young and the Restless spoilers say New Year's Eve could bring some other surprising news and intriguing run-ins, so stick with us for updates on any other December 31st developments. The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Kane Ashby, Phyllis Summers, and Jack Abbott could be gearing up for a mega alliance. Will these schemers come together for a Newman takeover? Y&R fans know Jack had Billy Abbott talk to Phyllis about stealing the AI program back from Victor Newman. Jack wants to destroy that program and eliminate the threats to the Abbotts ASA. Phyllis is willing to do what the Abbott clan wants as long as they sign over Marchetti to Summer, but she clearly wants to put the AI program to good use before its destruction. In the December 23rd episode, Phyllis made a pitch to Kane about teaming up for a Newman takeover. Now that Victor has double-crossed Phyllis, she's ready to go after his company and get money as well as power. If Jack gets vengeful enough, he might get on board with that plan and agree to help. 3 heads are better than 2, so it'd be fun to see Kane, Phyllis, and Jack unite against Victor on this sneaky plan. Of course, Kane hasn't agreed to join forces with Phyllis yet. Things could get tricky on Kane's end thanks to Lily Winters spotting him with his lips on Phyllis in his office. However, if Kane loses the progress he's made with Lily, he may decide to salvage some sort of satisfaction by moving forward with Phyllis's plot. At least Kane could get revenge on Victor and reclaim some of the power that was stripped from him. Naturally, it's hard to believe anyone could ever truly best Victor. Even with Kane, Phyllis, Jack, and the full force of the Abbott family, it may not be enough to bring Victor down. That said, Victor is out of control at this point and needs someone to keep him in check. This Newman takeover scheme may not pan out, but let's hope that the AI program's destruction becomes a reality. The Young and the Restless spoilers say this mega alliance could be rising up against Victor and may deliver some shocking news. Victor needs to make peace with Jack and the Abbott family. Not just for Christmas, but for good. Victor and Nikki learn about the true meaning of Christmas on The Young and the Restless. Of course, it won't last for long. Victor needs another reminder as to why he should drop his long-running feud with Jack Abbott. The true meaning of Christmas is about family, hope, charity, and goodwill. One person who needs this reminder is Victor, who won't drop his feud with Jack. On the December 24th episode, Victor and Nikki were reminded of the spirit of Christmas. Elsewhere, his arch-nemesis Jack gets into the holiday spirit with his family at the Abbott mansion. This doesn't mean the foes will put their differences aside for the holiday season. Their feud will resume come the day after. The Abbotts are concerned that Victor will continue his efforts to destroy their company and their family. Jabot Cosmetics has already been shut down. However, they could still risk losing it all. Victor needs to learn how to set aside his differences. However, he's not the type of man who gets into the holiday spirit. He would rather discuss business than talk turkey at the dinner table. On Christmas Day, Y&R airs a throwback episode from 2010. In the special, Victor receives a visit from the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. Everybody is aware that Christmas isn't Victor's favorite holiday. It stems from his traumatic childhood in which his mother, Cora, had to leave her son, Christian Miller, at an orphanage. She was so poor that she could not afford to raise one of her sons. She kept Matt, who was the oldest. Christian waited for his mother to return to him, but it never happened. Christian wanted to move on from his traumatic past. He rebranded himself as Victor Newman, the self-made millionaire. Now, he wants to become a billionaire thanks to Kane's AI program. Victor needs to be reminded of what matters. Family is the heart of the matter, and not the kind that he thinks he can persuade to do whatever he pleases. Hopefully, Victor will learn this lesson again next year. Sally makes a shocking admission about Billy on Christmas Eve. On The Young and the Restless, December 24th, Sally comes to terms with her feelings for Billy, who overhears her conversation. He's not happy with what she has to say. On Christmas Eve, Victoria visited Billy's with their kids, Johnny and Katie. While Billy is occupied with the kids and decorating, Victoria and Sally sit on the couch talking. Victoria admitted that she's worried about Billy. She feared that he was not new and improved, despite his claims to the contrary. Sally agreed and says she's been worried about him as well. She knew that he had been trying to work on himself. However, the hurt from Jill still cuts deep. Billy's hatred for Victor is bubbling to the surface. Sally wondered if Billy had ever felt peace in his life rather than anger for others. Sally admitted that their feelings for each other are real. Additionally, he swore to her that he had let go of his anger and was now only focused on the positive aspects, such as the success of Abbott Communications. But Sally has been triggered by her childhood trauma. Her father is similar to Billy in that he would gamble away his family's debts. Sally also recalled the times when he would numb himself with alcohol. Victoria asked Sally an important question. Was she trying to love Billy, or was she trying to save him from himself? Sally shared a story of when her father promised her a sewing machine, which never happened. Neither the gift nor her father was there on Christmas Day. Meanwhile, Billy listened to Sally's confession from the hallway with a stoic expression. Sally told Victoria that Billy had promised her an incredible future with Abbott Communications, but she feared it could all be gone tomorrow. Billy's expression was hard to read when he listened in on Sally and Victoria's conversation. After everyone had left, Billy told Sally that the kids had done an incredible job with the Christmas tree. He assured her that he believed in her and what they could accomplish together. Sally told Billy that she was grateful to have him in her life. Her relationship with Kane could cause even bigger problems for her daughter. The Young and the Restless has been teasing Summer's rumored return. She could end up in Genoa City after discovering that Marchetti had gone under. Phyllis has been entangled with Kane both professionally and romantically, which could ruin everything that her daughter worked so hard to build. In May 2024, Summer left Genoa City for Italy. She had to focus on Marchetti since she lost Sally and Chelsea. They jumped onto their respective partners' businesses, which hasn't been smooth sailing. In fact, Summer is at the center of some of the drama, no thanks to her mom. Phyllis gave Victor the AI software program, so this gives him free rein to attack anyone, but Victor proved that he doesn't need AI to take down Jack. He can just easily expose his weakness by having his son, Adam, release a hit piece about Jabot shutting down. The news came out at the Abbott Communications launch party. Daniel wondered what this meant for Summer. He immediately called his sister and asked her to contact him at her earliest convenience. Daniel was shocked since Jabot was the strongest company in Genoa City. He doesn't understand how this could happen. That's when he wondered whether his own mother knew. Phyllis said she was blindsided by this news. Jack didn't tell her what happened. She was gravely concerned about Jabot. Daniel pressed his mom for more information. Why was she so concerned about Jabot? She claimed that she was more concerned about Summer. It could affect her professionally and financially. Daniel could tell that Phyllis was in the midst of whatever was happening with Jabot. She blamed Victor for what happened, but her relationship with Kane isn't any better. No one can trust her, not even her own children. Phyllis's plan with Victor could ultimately be exposed. After all, she should know better than to trust Victor's intentions. Victor could expose her dirty little secret, and then find out that she's been canoodling with Kane behind his back, which also won't be kept secret for long. Phyllis is involved with a man who's ruined so many businesses and lives since his return. Summer will be livid once she finds out the truth and what it costs her future. The Young and the Restless spoilers predict some fun and heartwarming times in Genoa City this holiday season, mixed with a little toxicity and drama. With that said, there are also some developments fans would love to see unravel. So, what is on Y&R fans' Christmas list for 2025? Time to find out. There's nothing like a slow burn reunion or romance. However, at this pace, Sharon Newman and Nick Newman may end up hitting the sheets at the seniors' home. The show has been hinting at these two first loves getting back together for years now. It's been almost 2 years since Sharon had that dream that strongly suggested she still had feelings for Nick, where she ended things with then-boyfriend Chance Chancellor. Fast forward to the summer of 2025, and the two shared a kiss, and not much more has happened since. Could the Y&R writers piss or get off the chic reunion pod already? Phyllis Summers has been a part of a slew of love triangles in recent years, where the guy always ends up picking the other woman. Can she get a love interest of her own for a change? Sure, she and Kane Ashby do have sparks, but this all feels like déjà vu, and he will likely end up choosing Lily Winters when all is said and done. 'Tis the season for love, peace, and harmony, but not if you're Jack Abbott, Victor Newman, Billy Abbott, or Adam Newman. The war between Victor and Jack spanned over decades and is now spilled over to Adam and Billy. Can these four men ever get along, or at the very least, be civil to one another? What kind of storylines would you like to see this Christmas season? Comment below. Watch the CBS soap daily for all the Genoa City drama and visit this site regularly for the hottest Young and the Restless news, updates, and spoilers. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of December 29th suggest some major twists. Fans can expect Matt Clark to strike back. This could mean that Nick Newman makes a critical error. Plus, what is Sienna Bacall's fate? Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. The Abbott family decided to hold off on striking back at Victor Newman until after the holidays. As a result, Jack Abbott and Diane Jenkins Abbott had a lovely Christmas together where they counted their blessings. All of them are still healthy and have each other. That's what really matters. However, after the holidays, expect Jack and Billy Abbott to get together for another strategy session. This comes after Sally Spectra drops some shocking intel. Over with Michael Baldwin. He will have a tough decision to make. Will Michael perform a miracle for Diane and get the AI program proof? Or will Michael continue staying loyal to Victor Newman? If Michael betrays Victor, the man will strike back hard at the lawyer. The Young and the Restless spoilers for next week reveal that Adam Newman has a big decision to make about his future. Chelsea Lawson isn't going to put up with Victor's antics any longer, especially if she's not even given a heads up. As for Matt, he will be looking to get revenge. Nick laid out some traps, but Noah Newman took a risk, and now Sienna has been kidnapped. However, this isn't a new villain, but someone who knows Nick and Sharon Newman extremely well. Matt might have already predicted Nick's next move. Over with Sienna, she has been kidnapped by Detective Annie Stewart on Matt's orders. Matt kept telling her to take care of Sienna, but what exactly does that mean? Did Matt mean to kill Sienna, or does he have other plans? Perhaps to use Sienna as a bargaining chip New Year's 2026 schedule. Also, a quick note about programming. There will be no new episode airing on Thursday, January 1st. Instead, fans will get to see a repeat episode featuring Katherine Chancellor and Jill Abbott. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of December 29th, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal there is no new episode airing on Christmas Day. So, what is happening on Friday, December 26th, 2025? Expect Michael Baldwin to face temptation. Meanwhile, Sally Spectra gives the Abbott family some shocking intel. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. For the Christmas holiday, there will be a repeat airing on Christmas Day. However, don't worry, as a brand new episode will air the very next day, on Friday, December 26th. If you are interested in the repeat, it is from 2010. In the old episode, Victor Newman is haunted by some old ghosts. Let's start off with Chelsea Lawson, who will have a demand for Adam Newman. Although Chelsea knew working under Victor at Newman Media would be complicated, she thought she would get at least a heads up about attacks. Chelsea was left at the launch party alone to handle the fallout. Chelsea might have reached her limit when it comes to Victor's shenanigans. The woman might give Adam an ultimatum. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the next episode reveal that Adam will have a tense run-in with Sally. Apparently, Sally ends up scoring some major intel for Jack and Billy. That will lead to this new information helping Jack and Billy strategize on what to do next. At Crimson Lights, expect Michael to have a chat with Lauren Fenmore Baldwin. Michael will tell her about Diane Jenkins Abbott's plea. However, Lauren tells Michael that he has to choose whether to betray Victor. Michael didn't approve of Victor's attack on Jack, especially around Christmas. However, betraying Victor comes at a very high price. There is also Claire Grace Newman. The woman scheming with Kyle Abbott is tricky. While Claire is trying to stand up for herself, she's also edging on dangerous territory. I'm not worried about what Audra Charles will do to Claire. Rather, I'm concerned that Claire could turn into her Aunt Jordan if pushed too far. It's always the innocent ones you have to worry about, so stay tuned to find out what's going to happen next. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Friday, December 26, 2025? The Young and the Restless spoilers show that your favorite actors played a fun game of this or that, and we're here to share the merriment that resulted. It all went down on the Y&R Insider YouTube channel. And some of the answers are hilarious. Tamara Braun and Roger Howarth were both asked about being naughty or nice question, and they were in agreement. Naughty! Michelle Stafford was asked about Christmas cookies or fruitcake, and she replied, Christmas cookies. Does anyone eat fruitcake? Does anybody like that? Meanwhile, Susan Walters and Peter Bergman opened a red gift box, in which was the question, would you rather cook the Christmas meal or clean the dishes? They also were in agreement with their answer, choosing cleaning over cooking, with Walters saying, always clean the dishes. It's always, hey Sue, bring a salad, don't cook. When it came to choosing holiday shopping online or in person, both Sharon Case and Lucas Adams agreed that online shopping is the way to go. Joshua Morrow, Nathan Owens, and Zuleika Silver were all asked if they would prefer to go ice skating or sledding. Morrow chose ice skating with all the cool gear. Silver preferred ice skating, even if I fall on my butt. And Owens took a different route with sledding because I can make jumps. Melody Thomas Scott and Eric Braeden were asked if they prefer Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Scott chose Christmas Day and Braeden chose Christmas Eve. According to Braeden, in Germany, Christmas Eve is the biggest time. We looked forward to that after the war. We had nothing but the smell of the trees. Scott replied, well, I would like to do it on Christmas morning because that's when all the kids and grandkids are there, and it's almost more exciting to watch them open their presents. Finally, Michael Graciadei was asked to choose between candy canes or chocolates, and he had the line of the day, I would rather get corn dogs. There's one in every crowd. Tell us what your favorite Christmas treat is, Y&R fans. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with the Young and the Restless right now. Come back here often for the hottest Y&R updates, news, and spoilers. Get comfortable and gain access to the best soap intel on the web. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates suggest that Sharon Newman might find a new love interest, depending on the direction the show takes her character next. Is it finally time for Sharon to move on from the uncertain Nick Newman and find someone with a future in mind? It's clear that Sharon would love to explore another chapter with Nick, but he still hasn't made a genuine commitment to her. If Nick remains hesitant even after the chaos involving Matt Clark, also known as Mitch Bacall, comes to an end, Sharon may need to reconsider her options. Sharon and Nick have faced numerous challenges together, and more are on the horizon with Matt's recent return to Genoa City. If this troubling situation doesn't motivate Nick to make a commitment, it could signal the end of their romantic future. With this in mind, we might want to consider an alternative romantic storyline for Sharon. At least one Y&R heartthrob could find himself getting closer to Sharon at the perfect time with Detective Burrow, now in Genoa City. He's collaborating with the GCPD to take down Matt. If Detective Burrow ends up being the hero of the day, Sharon might feel a deep sense of gratitude towards him. One can easily picture a moment where Sharon expresses her regret for not trusting Burrow earlier. She may express her thanks to Burrow for assisting in putting Matt behind bars, or even worse, depending on how things unfold. Should Burrow secure a permanent transfer to the GCPD, it could open the door for some romantic possibilities in Genoa City. Matt Cohen is an exceptional actor who deserves to stick around, so perhaps the show will keep him in town for fresh storylines. The chemistry between Sharon and Detective Burrow could make for a sizzling couple, making this pairing a viable option. It would certainly be an intriguing twist if Burrow developed feelings for Sharon while they tackle the impending Matt situation. This could spark some jealousy in Nick, potentially leading him to reconsider his commitment to Sharon in the future. However, it's also feasible that Sharon and Nick might remain just friends indefinitely. If that's the scenario, Sharon could be inclined to pursue something new with Detective Burrow. Young and the Restless gives Phyllis Summers ready to steal the AI back from Victor Newman, but I expect she is going to go rogue and betray the Abbotts when she starts selfishly working her own angle yet again. We're going to talk about how Phyllis may flip the script after stealing Kane Ashby's AI back from the mustache. So, recently, Phyllis cut a deal with Billy Abbott that she would steal the AI back from Victor, but only if the Abbott sign over Marchetti to Summer Newman. Now the deal was she'd steal it and give it to them to destroy, and no surprise, Jack Abbott was more than happy to make the deal. And I'm sure Phyllis demanded that they go ahead and sign Marchetti over before she does anything. So, the Abbotts want the AI out of Victor's hands so they can destroy it. And Victor can't run power mad and ruin anybody else's company or life. But this week, Phyllis confirmed that she has other plans for the AI that she's going to steal back from Victo. So, Phyllis goes to Kane with a peace offering. She brings him a little wooden puzzle. Phyllis got it for him because Kane likes puzzles and mazes. I mean, I guess he liked it because there was one at the chateau. And Phyllis wants them to be friends. And she's telling Kane they can make things happen together. So, Phyllis is all about, Kane. We make a good team L. We shouldn't waste time hating each other because it's boring. And Phyllis claims she came there with humility and thinks that them working together is the answer. Kane seems skeptical because you can't trust her. We all know that. And he doesn't think Phyllis needs him for anything, but she disagrees with Kane and says they need each other. Phyllis says they're perfect for each other, and then she told Kane she wants to turn around and use the AI against Victor to take over Newman Enterprises. And Kane is intrigued by the idea of running Newman Enterprises. But he doesn't like it when Phyllis calls him Aristotle Dumas. He's insisting he doesn't want to be that person anymore, but Phyllis thinks Kane should let the Dumas inside him come out and play. And then Phyllis kisses Kane, and even though it doesn't look like he's kissing Phyllis back, of course, that's when Lily Winters walks through the door of the Kane's train and is horrified, even though it's definitely one-sided on Phyllis's behalf. I do suspect Lily assumes the worst of Kane because he said he was done with Phyllis, but there she is kissing him. So, I think the damage might be done with Lily, at least for now. Unless she gives Kane the chance to explain and gives him the benefit of the doubt, which I don't know if she will. So he may stick to his guns and tell Phyllis, kick rocks. But then again, Kane seems very intrigued by Phyllis's proposal. And despite Kane playing it cool about Victor destroying Arabesque, Kane doesn't like that Victor used his own AI against him. So Kane might be considering doing this thing and working with Phyllis for revenge. But on the other hand, Kane claims to want to be a better man so he could turn Phyllis down, especially if he can get Lily to believe him that Phyllis was kissing him and he wasn't into it at all. But if Kane thinks Lily is 100% done with him, he might throw in with Phyllis because he's angry and wants to lash out at something and someone, and Victor's a good target. Whether or not Kane decides to team up with Phyllis, though, I think she's going to go for it with the AI. And of course, even if Kane works with Phyllis to destroy Victor, we could still see Kane giving Phyllis the boot once Lily's back in town, after Crystal Khalil's maternity leave is over. Either way, whether or not Kane plays along, I'm sure Phyllis is going to go ahead with her plan. And if she can steal the AI back, I can totally see her going rogue and not giving it to Jack or Billy like she promised. She hates Victor, and now Phyllis has even more reasons to destroy him. She's hated Victor for a long time, for a lot of reasons, for a lot of very good reasons, and he just screwed Phyllis over again. So, I think that iced the vendetta cake, and she's not going to stop on Young and the Restless. And honestly, Victor kind of deserves a little payback and a little karma coming his way to kick him in the bottom. I'd be happy to see Phyllis deliver a little butt-whooping on Victor because honestly, Phyllis is the person that Victor would probably most hate to defeat him, even more so than Jack, because Victor does not see Phyllis as a worthy opponent. So, I think it would kill Victor if Phyllis wrecked Newman Enterprises. And let's be real, a lot of fans are sick of Victor always going after the Abbotts for revenge and playing God with people's lives. I mean, for way too long, Victor has gotten away with everything. So if Phyllis goes rogue and takes him down, I think that's karma long overdue. And really, Billy already expects Phyllis to betray them, and Jack knows she can't be trusted. However, as long as Phyllis keeps the AI out of Victor's hands and only uses it against Newman Enterprises, I think Billy, Jack, and Diane Jenkins might sit back and laugh. It is about time that Victor gets what he deserves, and somebody finally puts him in his place. And honestly, why not Phyllis? Over the years, Victor has done so much bad to her. So, I'd kind of be here for Phyllis taking a wrecking ball to Newman Enterprises. Nikki Newman's already ready to leave Victor, and she just demanded he turn the AI over to her and said she'll destroy it so that he can't use it against Jack. So, right now, Victor is faced with Nikki's ultimatum, and she said she's sick of all of this because whether Victor likes it or not, Jack saved her life. And basically, Victor's got one chance. If he doesn't give the AI to Nikki or let her stand there and watch his tech team delete it, then I say Victor deserves whatever happens next. Either he needs to have some sort of personal epiphany, a Christmas miracle, and does what Nikki asks and gives the AI to her, otherwise Victor may get a rude awakening that's been a long time coming. I don't think he knows he's at a crossroads that's so serious, but Phyllis is ready to pounce, and I think she's going to take action soon, whether or not Kane decides to be her co-conspirator. And honestly, it could be amazing. Victor was just talking about how Jack's a Nepo baby who was given everything, and Victor made his own fortune with no help. So even if Phyllis ruins Newman, Victor could make a comeback, and that would be a tale of redemption that I'd like to see. But I do suspect Kane is going to be on board with Phyllis, especially after Lily takes off. But either way, Victor could very well lose his empire, or at the very least, Phyllis could cripple it. And then Victor has to do the same thing Jack did and take Newman Enterprises offline, and he'd have to unplug Newman Media and take Chancellor offline too, which could be devastating to all these companies. And Billy would jump at the chance to splash that news on AbbottCom the same way that they splashed on Newman Media. What Jack had to do taking Jabot offline. Billy would love to publish that Victor is failing, and his companies are going down the tubes and he's scrambling. And I mean, honestly, the Abbotts might even throw a party for Phyllis, even though she may go back on her word to them